Let me just first, I see this in two different segments. There are two different issues we're dealing with. The first is a transgression, a very serious transgression on the part of a CARB staff member, which is distinct in my mind from the rule and the current economic conditions that are affecting the enforcement of the rule and the ability of the industry to comply with the rule. So let me just first share with my fellow board members my view on the transgression of staff. And I respectfully disagree with my board members who want to throw out this report, because certainly there was, this gentleman was dishonest. It was egregious. I think that people that had knowledge and their failure to disclose was a miscalculation, but I also don't believe it was intentionally malicious or intentionally negligent. You know, this is a very large organization with a lot of moving parts and pieces. These things unfortunately happen. I think that there was no intent to misinform or mislead. And I just feel very, very strongly that there's been a myriad of apologies by staff and by our chairman, and we've been assured that this gentleman, although some people would like to see him fired, that there are rules, there are civil service rules, there are legal rules that probably prohibit staff from doing any more than has already been done to him, and whether we like it or not, that's the law. And I don't think that staff intentionally did not do what they could do to punish him. We've been assured that you do not have to have a PhD to have done the statistical analysis that he did. It's been reviewed. And I, for one, don't want to spend the resources to have this report done again. I think in a time of very limited resources at the state level, that we would be lacking in our fiduciary duty to have to go and redo this report based on the fact situation as I see it. That being said, to the other issue, I strongly believe that this is a point in history that is unparalleled relative to our economic situation, and I'm very supportive of us going back and seeing how we can modify the implementation of this rule. And I'd like to see if staff could look at some kind of metrics, because all of us are kind of shooting in the dark whether we're in a slow growth or a fast growth, and we really don't know. And if we all knew, we wouldn't be sitting here. So maybe as you do this analysis, you can look at some kind of metrics, whether it's the GDP or the unemployment rate or whatever.
Something objective.
Something objective, absolutely. And so not some arbitrary time where 2 years and we're out of it, or 5 years, whatever that is. So that would be my view. And just as a final note, I cannot support the motion that's been forwarded.